What's up, everybody? Joe here. Today we're going to be installing a DIY sprinkler system. This will be a irrigation system for a typical home, using just parts and components you can get from Home Depot, Lowe's, any common hardware supply store. Just typical plumbing fittings. It's going to be a pop-up sprinkler system using some Orbit or Rainbird sprinkler heads. And we're gonna dig it into the ground. We're gonna connect it to a standard spigot outside, and we're gonna put a timer on it so that we can efficiently water the property daily, so that we have a nice green lawn and nice shrubbery, as well as save water and do the right thing for the environment. So, and the greatest part about all of this is it can be done for less than $100. So I think I spent around $80 or $90 for all of these parts. All right, so tools that you're going to need for your DIY sprinkler system. We have a nice set of plastic pipe cutters. We've got standard screwdrivers, this one for the hose clamp, this one to adjust the sprinkler heads for the distance and the direction of the spray. Just regular plumber pliers. These ones aren't too big. 2 pairs of these will help to tighten some fittings. Here's the sprinklers. These are actually Rainbird 1800 series. I have some adjustable ones, and then I have some 180s. I didn't get any 90s, but these are nice units, not too tall, don't use a ton of water, so for a smaller yard like mine they're perfect. Various fittings here. So we've got I did 1/2-inch tubing, so I got a roll of 50 feet of plastic black tubing, and then there's a bunch of T-fittings here, to split this off to go to the multiple sprinklers and then keep the line going, and some couplers, that type of thing, some hose clamps, then we get some tape, just some plumber's tape or pipe dope, whatever you want to call it. Then over here for the spigot that's going onto the house, there's a leader. This is a strain relief. What I plan to do is convert this to connect to my plastic plumbing setup to go to the sprinklers. We'll also be using a Orbit sprinkler timer. This one has, it takes 2 AA batteries. You can set it to go for 1 outlet. There's a 2-outlet one if you have a bigger yard as well and you want to have multiple sprinklers going in different zones. But this is a nice one. I have good experience with these. You can have a start time for how long it goes, and then how often, select the days of the week. And then you can do, a random start or a delayed start. You can shut it off completely, let it run in auto mode, so that's pretty nice. And then lastly, you just need some AA batteries for the timer. So, this is essentially what you need. Outside also, I have a shovel. I also have a, like an edger shovel to kind of make it a nice straight line in the ground, where we're going to be digging up the grass to make a small incision to put the sprinkler hose in. And I would also say, to get just a place maybe to put some dirt, like a wheelbarrow or something like that, while you're digging up the holes. So we'll get going with it, and hope you guys enjoy. All right, so to start, this timer is actually going to go on the spigot outside. We're just going to screw it on with the standard hose fitting to the spigot outside. And then at the bottom here, we're going to connect our leader for strain relief, and then also, some of these other fittings to get to the sprinkler hose. So standard leader, garden hose fitting, female on this side, male on this side, and then we're going to go to a garden hose to 1/2-inch NPT to kind of make this into the hose fitting. So I'm going to put a little tape on this. And then from the coupling, we're going to go to this connector, which will then allow for us to clamp the hose on, which will go to the rest of the sprinkler system. there you go. So there's our strain relief, and then we'll have the sprinkler hose clamp onto this with a hose clamp to go to the rest of the system. So we can see the spigot right there under my deck. That's where we're going to put the timer. It's nice because it's out of the shade. And I mean, it's in the shade, it's out of the sun, and then we can come over here. And then I've been working on burying this hose. So we can see here, we have the black pipe going east along the side of my house, but it's buried underground, and it goes out to the front right here. We've dug down. We're going to put a T-fitting, and I'm going to put a 180-degree sprinkler right in this spot. So just using standard shovel, remove the grass. I'm going to put this in right here, and we're going to make a T-fitting with some clamps, and then I'll show you how to set the sprinkler in. So there we go. We just snipped the black tubing and then inserted our T-fitting, pushed it in, gave it a little twist to get it all the way in, and then tighten the clamps with the flathead screwdriver. So now we're going to cut a short piece of tubing to run over to where we're going to put the sprinkler. And do the same thing with a clamp, and then a clamp for the elbow that will go to the sprinkler head. Alright, now we got the second hose on here, coming down, clamped our elbow on, which is the thread. It says on the bottom of these sprinklers to not use, it says no dope, so we're not going to put any pipe dope on, but if you got dirt in here, you're going to want to run the water to push all the dirt out so you don't force it into the new sprinkler head. But I kept mine up in the air so there's no dirt on it, and we can just screw this on nicely. So now we're just going to set this sprinkler in, fill it back with dirt, and plant the grass around it, and we'll be on our way. So here's the timer unit. We put the batteries in it. It's off. Then you can put it into auto. It's the current time. It's 11:27 a.m. That's when you can set the clock if the time was actually different, but I set it properly. Start time, we're going to do 7:30 a.m. 7:30 a.m. It'll run for 14 minutes. We can change this. Put it at like 17, 20 minutes, whatever you want to do. And then you can go how often. And this is every 1 day. You can do every 2 hours, every 1 hour, every 7 days, etc. So, there's the often. We're going to leave that 1 day. And then spin this back to auto. So we're in auto. Now we're just going to clamp this onto the spigot, connect the hose, and we'll be good to go. Next start time, it says it right there. So if we're doing 7:30 a.m., in 20 hours and 2 minutes from now, it'll turn on. So it's pretty cool that it tells you when the next start time is as well.